Today is April 18, 2018. This is the meeting of the Kubernetes CSI implementation group. Let's go to the agenda. So as a reminder, instead of holding these meetings 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've decided to switch it to 2 times a week, especially considering that between Friday and Monday, there's very little change. I was thinking instead of Wednesday, Friday, we can switch to a Tuesday, Thursday schedule possibly. I know in the immediate term that might be challenging because folks have meetings, but maybe after KubeCon. Would that be?
I am busy every Tuesday afternoon, so
okay.
I won't be able to join.
Okay. Anybody else have conflicts?
Monday, Thursday could work.
Sorry? Monday, Thursday?
And Thursday could work.
Time were you thinking, Saad?
I was proposing Tuesday, Thursday, but Jan proposed Monday, Thursday for these meetings instead of Monday, Friday.
That works for me.
So Monday, Thursday?
I mean, depending on the time, Thursday will conflict with the SIG storage meeting.
Right, good point. Yeah.
Well, we meet usually after the storage meeting, like this time is just after the SIG storage.
Maybe we just not do Fridays, just do Monday, Wednesdays.
Monday, Wednesday would be okay with me too.
Because Fridays, it could be late, especially for people in Europe anyway.
Yeah.
Around.
I think that sounds fine to me. Monday, Wednesday work with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, let's switch it to Monday, Wednesday, starting after KubeCon. All right, cool. Next up, the release of the attacher. External attacher and external provisioner have both had changes go in after the 0.20 has been cut. What's the status of this, Luis, Jan?
Yes, I'm here. The external. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead, Jan, first if you want.
Sorry. We released attacher yesterday, and I documented the process. And we can release also the provisioner.
So attacher and provisioner have both been updated and document the process.
No. Just the attacher was updated.
Okay.
And then provisioner too. You can put that there. Provisioner was updated, I think, last few days ago. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Has been updated and process. Where did you document the process?
In the resources repo.
Resources repo. Perfect. All right. Thanks, guys. I think we can go ahead and mark that green. I was taking a look at the tests that were flaky. It looks like since then, let's see, flaky. They've become more green than they used to be. Test grid and app spot, storage. And then there should be a flaky tab here. And if we do extra small, size, super compact. So if you go really far back, the CSI test is the first one here. It used to be fairly flaky. Oops. And since about, I guess it's still kind of flaky. Is anybody interested in taking a look at the current flakes and trying to identify what the root causes of these are?
I will, if nobody else will, I will do it because I believe this is, these 3 containers are like the Achilles heel of our project.
Yeah.
So we need to get these right.
Thank you. I will put you down to take a look at that. So
Could you send me just the link or just put the link there? That same link, yeah. That'll make it helpful. Thank you.
CSI test still flaky. Status, please will investigate. Problem with these meetings is everybody finds out how bad I am at spelling.
You should have it so it automatically fixes your spelling instead of the right click, you know?
I'm sitting there fixing all my spelling. All right, next up is the CSI test V20-1. Looks like, Luis, you just cut that.
Yes, I did. It's available and released, and binaries are now available for people to download. So,
who consumes these binaries?
good question. Whoever wants to download them and test their driver. So,
Okay, so this includes CSI Sanity.
this is this is actually CSI Sanity V02. I should just change the name to CSI Test CSI Sanity.
Got it. Okay, so if you're writing a driver, please update to the latest version. Looking at you, David, if you're online for GCPD.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah, I'm actually tracking master, the head. But yeah, I should probably.
Okay.
I just cut it today, so master is fine. So just let you know.
Okay. PRs that need attention, update for docs. This was, I think, a leftover from last quarter.
Yeah, it still needs to be done.
Okay.
My test section.
We'll go ahead and leave that. Should we cherry pick and release a new V0.2? So we've already done that. I'll go ahead and remove that. Or just
No, that's new. I just put that in today.
New? Okay.
Yeah, that's David's change. So I just merged that, I think, today or yesterday. So that went to master. So should we cherry pick this?
Okay. Is there anything backwards compatibility breaking in here?
I don't know.
Yes. If you, well, under very specific circumstances, if your storage driver before was returning created volumes that had a smaller capacity than requested, previously that would work. This change would forbid that. Basically, it would bring it in line with the spec, whereas before we were a little bit more lax there, where I think we would accept those smaller volumes.
Okay, so maybe we should cut this as a 0.21 instead. And that way it's an opt-in change instead of potentially breaking people.
So this is only if your driver was previously spec incompatible. But yeah, it would be breaking for those.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
We should have a place where we announce things. Maybe in the docs, we should have a section where we do status, because something like this, people should be aware of.
Yeah. I think we need to start having a better process around the release being cut in general. We should document what are the steps that we do to do a release and then have like release notes that go out. I know on the CSI side, container storage interface, I just include the release notes as part of the, oops, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I just include it as part of the, when I tag the release, I include it in there. Maybe we could do something similar.
Well, how do we announce it?
Just cut a release.
Okay. Because we can't really cut a release. This is a new container is available, right?
So I think the container should always just reflect whatever current releases are available, right? So if we look at our projects, we look at external provisioner, there should be releases, regular releases cut. So like this is good. The notes here should probably be more extensive to capture what went into this release. And then anytime we cut a new release, we should also create a new container that is tagged with that release.
Okay. One of the things that this reminds me of that Jan and I found is that our cycle containers, I don't know if all of them have it, but at least the attacher did. So we need to check the other two, is versioning. They output the versioning during when they come up, so that we know when they were built exactly what tag, what git hash, and what version they have.
Yep. That seems like a pretty easy project for anybody who's interested. Anyone interested in working on that? We've got a lot of people on the call. Anyone interested in jumping in? Okay, maybe we can ask Nick Wren to work on that.
Yeah, we
but
just
that
need
seems
to
like
if we put issues on each
yeah.
project. It'll be easier to track. I can do that.
Okay. Yep, that seems like a good idea. One thing that this will require is somewhere in the source code, keep track of what the current version is. And then every time we cut a release, we need to make sure that we create a PR to rev that version number, unless there's some way to programmatically pull it, which I don't think there is.
No, yeah, you just normally tag it, and then the make file does the git describe, gets the information, and then shoves it into the linker of Golang,
Okay.
changes the variable name. So it's pretty easy.
Okay. All right. I hope Nick knows how to do that. And
you know what? Just give it to me. I've done it like a million times.
I feel like we're just assigning everything to you.
It's just like those, just a so many little things that to make things production ready.
All right, so that sounds good. We'll leave this open to cut a 0.21 release, and then in doing so, you can capture, maybe just document this whole release process somewhere.
Yeah, I'll continue the document that Jan started.
Perfect. Next up is bugs that need attention. So Vlad and Chris raised a few issues. One is the FStype parameter from storage class. The proposal here is that FStype currently cannot be controlled unless somebody provisions a volume and then they manually go in and update the PV object. The proposal is maybe we should have a field in the storage class called FStype that allows you to configure this dynamically. I don't believe anybody's working on this at the moment. Vlad, do you have any updates on it? Looks like Vlad's not on the call today, so
no,
we'll wait for an update on that. A related issue was FSgroup. When specified isn't being honored by Kubernetes. There was a PR sent out by Vlad to fix this. I believe I've approved it. Oh, and since then it's merged, which is great. We'll need to cherry pick this back to 1.10, and it looks like Vlad's already on top of that, which is great. And it's approved LGTM, then it just needs to be no release note. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as, actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and mark it as green. Looks like it's good. CSI end-to-end test occasionally flakes. This is the same issue that we discussed earlier, and sounds like Luis is going to help investigate that further. Miscellaneous updates. Any other updates that you guys want to talk about?
Just one thing. There is a PR in CSI test for CSI Sanity. We probably just changed the repo name, and that was done by somebody who, I don't know if they participate in our team or not, but it's for node stage and on stage. And I reviewed it, so there are some issues there, but I would like somebody else to also put some eyes on it.
Okay. David, would you be interested in helping review that?
Yep, just about to say I'd like to take a look. I'll can you just put a to do there and tag me so I can look at it later?
Yep.
Yeah, I can give you put the link to the actual PR too.
All right, sounds good. Next up, let's just go through the items that we're working on for this quarter and get a quick status update. And please call out if you're blocked on anything. So we have this new item here, sidecar container should output version. Luis has graciously agreed to work on that. Block volume support, Vlad's not here for an update on that. Hopefully we're making progress. Topology, I haven't done anything here yet. I need to pick up the CSI PR that I had and get that started. I will do that. Vlad's also working on the plugin integration, kubelet plugin integration. I don't believe he's here, so we'll have to wait until next time to get a status update on that. Felipe, are you with us today? Doesn't look like he is. So we'll have to wait for an update on driver registrar labeling logic. Chang, have you been working with Felipe on this?
No, I have not.
Okay. I think, okay, sure. I think we'll have you be the reviewer on this. This
Yes,
is
sounds good.
basically pulling that driver registrar logic that's currently in a sidecar container into kubelet. Felipe agreed to do that PR, but whenever it's ready, I guess she'll be the reviewer for it. Next up is find a permanent home for unowned important drivers. Luis, Brad, any progress on this one?
No, I haven't even started that, but that one's pretty heavyweight.
Yeah.
So I would like to make sure that we're all in agreement. I'll probably leave it for next Monday. I'll have a proposal of what we're gonna do before we
Okay.
actually do anything.
Sounds good. Next up, entry volume plugins will be deprecated. David, Jan, it sounds like you guys have been working offline on a design.
Yeah, Jan and I have been drafting a design doc. I think we've kind of figured out a way to go, and I'm just kind of looking into some details now. And I think another action item actually needs to come out of this, which is to have CSI support inline volumes in general before we're able to kind of migrate the entry volumes to CSI. And
what would the changes on the CSI volume side be?
That I am not super sure about. Jan, do you have any thoughts?
Sorry, my Zoom dropped, so I'm not sure what's the topic right now.
We're talking about a separate action item for having CSI support inline volumes and what that would look like.
I don't know.
So it sounds like based on our last conversation.
To me, it seems it has no impact.
Sorry, go ahead.
To me, it seems there is no impact on CSI spec itself.
No.
Just the architecture in Kubernetes will be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll just be a subcomponent of this document that you have. My gut feeling is that Kubernetes will have to translate any inline references to a plugin that is supported by CSI somehow. So in the design doc, you guys have to figure that out and detail what that somehow looks like. I don't think it'll require any changes on the CSI spec. I think it'll be contained to the individual volume drivers on the Kubernetes side.
Okay, sounds good. We'll look into it for sure.
Okay.
So I wasn't here for previous meetings, but which volumes are we moving to CSI? Does that include, are these only persistent volumes?
The volumes, the exact volumes that we're choosing to migrate are part of the design doc, which we have not fleshed out yet.
Okay, cool.
All right. How do credentials get passed on in subsequent publish calls after dynamic provisioning? Jordan had a PR open around this, and I think it is awaiting review still. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, okay, so we need to take a look at this. If anybody's interested in helping review it, please take a look. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a look at it and hopefully ping Jordan for an update. Looks like he needs a rebase as well. So that's orange in progress. Snapshots, Xing, do you want to give an update here? It sounds like we had some good progress this morning.
Yeah, so the CSI spec have been reviewed for a while now. I'm hoping that it can get merged soon. There was some, I think it's just a new comment. By doing the review, somebody added a comment basically saying whether we should add a maximum number of snapshots in there.
Oh God.
So I don't know if I should say.
Feedback should be, we can always add it in later. Let's start with the normal set.
Okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise everyone's going to ask for the kitchen sink and we're going to say, no, not for V1.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We need to get something out the door, so.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds
all
good.
Right. Any other updates on the snapshot side, or is that it?
Yeah, that's it. So I also started working on coding. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up is the CSI driver for AWS. Jan, have you gotten a chance to start on this?
No update yet.
Okay. Next up is dynamic volume count. Is Hemant on these calls? No. But Hemant has a proposed update to CSI spec to handle this. Lots of discussion around it. I think folks want a more holistic approach to this. Changes in the CSI spec are always contentious, and lots of people have lots of opinions, so this may take some time. But it sounds like it's underway.
He was the one who added the comment about the number of snapshots.
Makes sense. Move to CSI Sanity spec repo. So Luis also presented this morning at the CSI meeting, and it sounds like we have consensus to move to a new repo in CSI.
Yeah, and actually then that brings me to the second thing is, can I have push access to that?
Yeah, I think we should be able to figure that out. Ping me offline.
You got it.
I think the CSI organization in general tends to be more contentious. There's a lot of make sure that who has access, because it's not just me who controls it. It's like a whole bunch of people.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it might be that I have to proxy stuff on your behalf, but we can sync up offline on that.
Yeah, no problem.
Next up, verify ephemeral volumes. I'm just going to skip these because nobody's assigned to these yet. Flex volume adapter. So I pulled in these two items from last quarter. iSCSI and flex volume were something that Chakri and his team were working on, but I don't believe they had a chance to get to it. Is anybody interested in picking these up this quarter? If not, we'll leave them unassigned and possibly consider deleting them if there's no owners for them after a quarter or two. All right, we'll deal with that later then. Sounds like there's some progress on some of these items, which is good. Remaining tasks for 1.10. David, do you have any updates on the end-to-end test for GCPD? I think I saw a PR get merged.
Oh, if it got merged, I'm not aware. Last I checked, I was waiting for I think your review actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. I will take a look at that. And I think that's pretty much it. CSI test, move to CSI repo. We're already tracking that up top as a new item. And that's pretty much all that we have. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about?
Hi, yes, this is Ilyas.
Hey, Ilyas.
We're interested in having support for persistent local volumes on Kubernetes using CSI. I understand that right now nobody else seems to be needing this. So I would be happy to take a look at it and do a feasibility study.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Okay, so that would be the item that we have down here, which is to verify that CSI can be used for persistent local volumes. I thought we had an item.
Exactly.
This one right here. Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
I'm fairly new to this. I will definitely need some guidance, but
yeah, that would be perfectly okay. Yeah, so the goal here is we want CSI to be generally useful for a broad set of volume plugins. One of them is local volumes.
Exactly.
The intention was that it should be usable, but no one's actually gone in and tried to verify that this is possible. So if we could come up with a list of items that could, after your review, that we might need changes in order to support it, that would be great. So thank you for picking that up.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That looks good. Anything else? And Ilyas, could you put your GitHub ID into this doc when you get the chance?
Yes, of course.
Cool. All right, then we will.
I don't have my name there.
You're given.
There you go.
All right, folks. We'll reconvene on Friday, and then after KubeCon, we'll switch to twice a week on Monday
Also,
and Wednesday.
I will not be at KubeCon.
Oh, okay.
So
sorry, just curious, who is going to be at KubeCon Europe, which is going to be in 2 weeks, I believe, a week and a half.
I will be at KubeCon.
Okay, cool.
I will probably be there too.
Cool. Okay, Jan, any chance you're going to be there?
No, I'm not there this time.
wow, I would have said you're definitely going to be there. Maybe just drive there.
Well, traveling is not the issue. It's quite cheap, but the rest is expensive.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, cool. For those of you who are going to be there, I'll be there. And then maybe during that week, since you're not going to be there, Luis, maybe you can run the meeting.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Cool. And actually, in fact, I'll be out the week after as well. I'll be in London. So if you could do it both weeks.
You got it. Just let me know so I
Cool.
remember.
We'll do. So I'll remind you next week.
You got it.
All right. That's all from my end. We'll see everyone on Friday then.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.